Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the first March edition of Topic Time with Harrison Young in 2018. It has been quite a week. We've had incredible storms, trees down, power outages. We got it all. But you know what? Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, we come right back. And I'm happy to say that the show was on tonight. After a week's hiatus, the TV station crew has been in Philadelphia working diligently with some of the college basketball teams that are pushing for a national title, so kudos to all you guys. But of course, as usual, another great guest in here tonight. We have a very well-known musician. This is Catler. He's a dude, as you can see. Look, he's right out of the James Montgomery, James Taylor type look here, and he's got the history of great music and write-ups. He's just got written up in Downbeat magazine. He's played in New York for the past 30 years. He's been everywhere, and we're going to listen to some of his music tonight. We're also going to watch some of his videos, and he's in a band called 13 O'Clock that he's been with for many years. We're going to talk about how they came to be. So, John, thank you for coming in and being on Topic Time.
Thanks, Harrison. Thanks for having me here.
Okay, well, let's talk a little about your history first, as your own personal musician. How did you get into it, and how long you been doing it, and how did it get to where it is now?
Well, Harrison, I grew up in Massachusetts, Cohasset, Mass.
Great town, yep.
I started out on the trumpet. I used to love the trumpet.
How old were you when you started playing the trumpet?
Oh, I don't know. Some dude came to our house, said, "What instrument do you want to play?" I said, "What's the loudest?" He said, "Trumpet." I said, "I'll take it."
Cool. Well, wait a minute. Well, that's a very interesting story, but we got to break it down a little bit. Some dude. What was he selling? Was he selling instruments?
Selling instruments for the
door-to-door
band,
instrument salesman? Is that what it was?
He was, working for the school, band instruments. He did it to the whole town. That's how everybody got their school instruments.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but they used to make you march in the Thanksgiving Day parade, and you're playing the trumpet, and the thing is sticking to your lips from the cold, and I'm like, give me something with some strings and a volume control. So,
Okay, and it won't freeze your lips. And better freezing your fingers than your lips.
That's right. The guitar you can play even louder.
Right. Oh, listen to that. He got the man. The man's got the man here. The man sound. Okay. Well, that's awesome. So how old were you when this occurred, about give or take? You were in high school, junior high school?
No, I was, in grade school. I did the trumpet, but then, my mom got me guitar lessons for Christmas one year.
I didn't even know they had a parade, a Thanksgiving Day parade in Cohasset, huh?
Oh yeah, well, you're marching on the football field and.
Wow.
But then she got us the guitar lessons, and I said, "Mom, I'm a trumpet player." She said, "Just go. You try it out. You see." And I took to it. So ever since then, it's been,
Well, now you're with the guitars. You get two of them tonight, and you're going to play some air for both of them, from both of them, or each of them, whatever one you think is best. I'm no expert on music. I played the piano for 7 years, but I was told I was great, but I didn't practice enough. But when it comes to the guitar, I'm all thumbs. So, all right. So how did this transpire into the next phase of your musical career? How did that go after this?
Well, we used to go into the bus stop and stuff. We would hear this drums wafting through the woods.
Okay.
And we're like, this guy showed up at the bus stop, and my brother goes up to him and says, you play drums? And he's like, "Yeah, I play drums." And my brother's like, "You're loud." And turned out that guy was Gary Twaddle. Fantastic drummer. I went over his house. I never heard anybody play like that.
Okay.
And we formed the Catler Brothers band with he and my brother and myself.
Great.
And we played all over the East Coast. And, Gary has a sound company now.
From Maine to Florida and back?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
My brother and I joined up. I graduated Berklee College of Music. Week I graduated, I joined the Platters. And they used to like to go south. They never stayed up here.
You played with the Platters?
Yeah, that was my first full-time.
Herb Reed.
Yeah.
Herb Reed, I'm sorry. Lou Reed is the other guy.
Yeah,
Take a walk on the wild
little
side.
Difference there, right?
Sorry about that, but
no problem.
It's great. Hey, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, what did you do? Were you like the opening act for the Platters?
No, I played guitar in their band.
In their band?
And then, sometimes we would play a set of stuff before them.
Wow.
But, a month after I joined the band leader got fired, so I became the band leader all of a sudden.
Of the Platters?
Yeah.
No kidding. When was this? The Platters were big in the 50s.
They were big, but they were still milking it.
Oh, I know that.
This was the late 70s when
Okay.
I graduated Berklee. And then I saved up enough money with the Platters, moved to New York City.
Okay.
Where I had wanted, because the story is once I was in Gary's garage, my drummer's
Sure.
garage,
Yep.
and I was playing and I was getting feedback. That was my favorite thing, feedback, like Hendrix or Jeff
It was
Beck.
always good. Well, no,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
mostly good.
I could play loud in there, so he let me in there by myself. I'm playing, and I'm hearing a note feeding back that I didn't have a fret for. And I'm like, what is that note? Why does it sound so beautiful, and why don't I have a fret for it? It turned out, Harrison, that was called a harmonic.
Okay. Not a harmonica.
No, not a harmonica. It was a harmonic. And, you know, everybody knows your voice. Say you're on the radio. Everybody's going to know that's Harrison. If you call up your friend, you say, hey, and he'll know you by one word. And you know why that is? It's because nature does that. Nature gives every individual on the planet their own stamp, their own signature stamp in their voice.
Just like fingerprints.
No two people
have the same fingerprints.
Exactly. And
wow.
the way nature does that with the voice is to give you a different set of harmonics than I have. We all have the same harmonic series, but you have a different, you know, a proportion of
like
those
everybody
harmonics.
knows what Peter Wolf sounds like, or Giles.
That's right, and that's because he has a unique, I would say
extremely unique.
He's got probably very little fundamental and a lot of upper harmonics, probably a lot of odd harmonics.
Everyone knows
like
what
me.
Steven Tyler sounds like.
Oh yeah, it's one of our favorites, yep.
Ever played with them, with Aerosmith? David Hall, how about him? He was a guest on my show a few years ago.
Oh yeah, that's one of our favorite bands. We see Aerosmith, you know,
Joe
we
Perry
see them at
Project?
Fenway Park.
Did you play at Fenway?
No, but I'm saying we saw Aerosmith
Oh, you
there.
saw them, yeah. Okay.
So anyway, we've gotten to this harmonics thing, which guys like Tyler know about.
Right.
And, you know, I ended up, you know, putting frets on the guitar so I could get those harmonics.
Okay.
So I'm just going to give you a little demonstration
Go ahead,
here.
please.
Every string that there is, like every voice, has a harmonic series. And I'm going to play the harmonic series now.
Oh, okay.
So that's up to the 8th harmonic. So you can do that on every string. It'll be the same series parallel, but a different starting point to a different series.
Cool.
So when you get to that second last one, you're getting to the 7th harmonic. That's the note I heard in my friend Gary's basement.
Okay.
The 7th harmonic. Ooh. When I played the pitch, here's what I got on the fret.
Wow.
The two were different. And I said, why is that? Because this note's obviously harmonic.
Right.
So what I did, Harrison, is I put a fret where the harmonic was, where nature intended it. So here's the... And when you play that in a chord...
Much better.
And that's instead of this.
They both sound good.
Well, that one sounds a little rattly. This one... That's the real harmonic. So that's harmonic series, and that's the basis of what we do. We take it up to the 13th harmonic, and that's one of the reasons we call the band 13 O'Clock Blues Band.
Okay. Well, let me ask you something. Whatever happened to the Catler brothers? Are you still part of that band too at times or not?
We put out a CD, and we toured with Lamont Young all over Europe, and played again with Lamont a couple years ago. And I just got the news 2 days ago. My brother's coming back from Germany. And hopefully we'll play again. You know,
That's great.
I'm not sure what's going to happen, but that's my sincerest hope. My friend Gary Twaddle is back in the area after having a big sound company down south. So you know, we got the personnel here, and if the vibe is there, we're gonna go do it again.
Okay. Well, listen. You know what I'm thinking? You got your guitar. How about you play a song or two, and then we'll talk about it.
Sure.
And then we'll incorporate those videos too. You got a couple of videos that you brought in. We'll
we got a couple of videos from 13 O'Clock Blues Band.
Right.
So I could talk about one of those videos to start if you want.
Okay, go ahead.
My friend, we moved up here looking for a drummer, and we ran into this guy Skip Fisher.
Right.
And he's a master percussionist.
Through him, I found you.
Yeah, Skip knows everybody because he's played with everybody.
Right.
World-class drummer and world-class dude also. And as soon as I heard him play, I tell a story because I was playing a song with some complex harmonies to it, and Skip started playing it. And I had played this song before for years with other people.
Right.
When Skip started playing it, I started laughing because he turned it into an epic.
Okay.
And I was like, it just felt right to me. It felt like, yes, of course that's the direction for that song. And that's why a recording we had tried previously didn't work. And Skip's personality and his musicianship just fit into the band perfectly and cemented it, along with our bass player, Timo Shenko, who's really extremely talented musician. He plays a bunch of instruments at a pro level, very creative dude, and a strong personality also. So we've got a great band, great chemistry, and I'm really happy to be working with him. So we started doing, mostly original songs, but we also did a version of a famous song by Led Zeppelin.
Right, called Dazed and Confused.
Right, and Zeppelin had stolen that from a guy named Jake Holmes, and you can still hear the Jake Holmes original version. So what we did was we took the song and we added some notes to it. See, when you have extra frets on your guitar, you can add extra pitches that are in there.
Right.
So my friend Skip thought it would be a great idea if I could demonstrate to you the difference between Jimmy's version and Jimmy Page's version and the 13 O'Clock Blues Band version.
Okay.
So Jimmy's version basically goes like this. So you got 8 notes there.
Right.
Our version adds a few extra notes.
Wow, that's great.
So it transforms the song a little. People, they know the song, but they're seeing it from a different perspective, in a different light, because there's extra pitches in there.
Okay.
So that's only one of the things you can do with harmonic series music.
Okay. Well, tell you what. Why don't you? We're going to actually edit the videos in a little later, and we're going to save some time for that. But what say you? If it's up to you, but I was thinking maybe you could play an original number from the band's repertoire or your own.
Absolutely.
And sing it along, and so you wanted, and then name the song, and we can discuss it afterwards.
Okay.
So he's got his amp and his guitar ready to go, and please,
I'm going to
without
switch
further ado,
axes here for you.
Okay.
And
Switch axes. I love that. See, these guitars, they look like they're married.
yeah.
They get along famously.
All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch from a guitar that had extra frets to a guitar that has no frets. It's
Okay. What is a
fretless
fret
guitar.
exactly?
A fret is the metal piece, Harrison, that goes across the neck
Okay.
to stop the pitch and give you the
Oh,
exact
okay.
pitch.
I see what you mean. So
Yeah.
like the damper pedal on a piano, kind of.
Well, this is.
I played the piano for 7 years. That's like, it's when you hold the pedal down, you get a longer note. When you take your foot off, it's much shorter note.
That's true.
Right.
So,
All right, go ahead. You want to name? You're gonna name a tune and play it, and then we'll.
yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna do one now. This is one that I wrote for my mom.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
this is called Going Wide.
Okay. Without any further ado, Mr. John Catler, Going Wide.
I'm going with my eyes open wide. I'm going with my eyes open wide. I don't know where I go when I die, but I'm going with my eyes open wide. I'm going with my eyes open wide. I'm going with my eyes open wide. Well, I don't know where I go when I die, but I'm going with my eyes open wide. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. You know I love you so. Baby, please don't go.
Wow, that was awesome.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
very telling too, I might add. It didn't have a lot of lyrics, but the lyrics that it had pretty much explained everything. Yeah.
That's right.
I know. Well, hey, listen, I appreciate that. You put your passion into your music, and there's no other way to do it.
That's what I like about blues, Harrison, is that you got to put your life into it to make it real.
Right. So talk about a little bit real quick. I'm going to take a little break so we can hear some of your, your videos. Talk about the you just got a great write-up in Downbeat magazine.
Yeah.
And talk about how far and wide that magazine is distributed.
Well, it's funny, Harrison. I used to read that magazine when I was younger in the 70s. It
Right.
was like the preeminent, jazz magazine.
Sure.
And,
I saw
some really-
Chick Corea was written up in the same edition that you guys were.
Yeah, they cover a wide variety. Their logo is jazz, blues, and beyond.
Right.
So, we fit into the blues category, but also a little bit beyond because of the harmonic series and stuff. And, it's hard to find sometimes reviewers who are dialed into something that's new and still has a hearkening back to the tradition of blues. Because blues has a great tradition, as you know.
Of course.
But Harrison, what people don't know is that the blues was an innovative music. It wasn't really meant to be a hammered out 12 bar. They did the same thing with the blues that they did with tuning. They hammered it out to 12 equal notes. So every guitar you see in every music store, every piano, they all have 12 notes per octave. And every one of those notes except the octave is out of tune.
Okay.
So think of that for a minute. There's no in-tune chords on a piano. Only the octave is in tune.
Right, that is true.
Every other note's been tempered to be out of tune.
That's right. And in blues, or in jazz, the definition of, by definition, jazz is like sporadic music anyway, and it doesn't have to be it's just like playing the feeling. It's instead of
Exactly, and that's
the notes.
Harrison, you're right, and that's because jazz came out of blues.
Right.
And blues was a pure feeling music that came from the drone. In those days, they didn't have no electronic tuners. They're in the field tuning to an open chord, guys like Skip James and those dudes.
Right.
So, they're tapping into a higher thing, and they did it by feeling.
Okay.
And that's why we still, love, that's why the blues is still relevant all these many years later.
Well, congratulations on the write-up. And on that note, we're going to take a little break so that we can watch some of his band's music videos, maybe one or two. We'll see what we can get in, and then we're going to wrap it up. And John maybe play us another little song before we finish up. So stay tuned. Okay, on that note, hey, we're back. Okay, John, before we wrap the show up tonight, you want to play another little song? Anything, that maybe is a tribute to, either a tribute song or just something that you made up along the way, whatever.
Well, I'll do a little thing. One of our favorites, talking about the blues guys, was
Okay.
Blind Willie Johnson.
Okay.
Died alone in the cold because they wouldn't, after his house burned down.
Oh, that's
and
awful.
He was freezing cold. They wouldn't accept him at the hospital. He had to
Okay.
go sleep on a bunch of wet papers at his house, and he passed away. So,
Okay. Well,
one of the best blues players.
again,
ever
you
lived.
play with passion, and you send the message that sometimes the sorrow can be turned into something that can really inspire everybody.
That's right.
So go for it. It was great. What a haunting note, that last, or chord, whatever that was, that last couple of, like 20 seconds or so of the song.
Yeah, it was a harmonic seventh chord in the
Seventh,
key of
yes,
C,
I
yeah.
remember the seventh chords.
That's right. And by the way, we're basing all our music on the C 528 hertz. It's a sacred frequency that we learned from Dr. Leonard Horowitz.
Oh, wait a minute, Hertz. It sounds something like a radio call number.
That's right, because everything they found out, the Sufis and the modern day scientists all agree on one thing.
Okay.
Everything is frequency. Everything is vibration.
Oh, that's true.
So this table is just made out of vibration. You and I, a bunch of vibrations held together by pure will, it seems like. So,
If you ever retire from music, you could definitely be a great sci-fi writer.
that
Oh, do
would
it
be-
together.
that
Why
would be nice,
not,
yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Well, let me ask you this: what are your plans for the near future coming up for you and the band? I always ask what people are doing down the line or what they're planning to do.
Right, we got a concert planned at Thunder Road in Boston. It's
Okay.
a cool rock and roll club, and we're also doing a seminar. We teach, my partner Babe Borden and I teach harmonic series music, and we're doing
Give some kudos, shouts out to Babe because she,
Yeah.
you put that stuff on the flash drive. She's your technical partner, and she's
Yeah, she's my life partner, and she can sing any pitch you ask her to with a
Yep.
lot of feeling. So that's all you want. And we're doing a concert at a microtonal festival in Ulster County in a few weeks.
where's Ulster County?
That's in
Sounds like Ireland.
a couple hours north of New York City.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we're just about out of time. You had a great show. Do you want to get before we wrap it up? Give a few shouts out to people because thousands are going to see the show, including Babe and Skip and everyone else.
All right, well,
But
Babe,
condense them because we can't get them all.
absolutely. Babe gets my first shout out because without her, don't know how I'd be here.
Right.
I have to say, Gary Twaddle, the guy, my drummer,
Your drummer
still one of my great
inspired, man.
friends. You can't beat that. Great friends are hard to beat. I
Truly.
got guys like Joseph Liebhart, mean a lot to me. Friends like that, and of course our bandmates Skip Fisher, Timo Shenko.
Okay.
And here's a shout out to my brother. I hope he comes back to this area and Hope we can do some jamming again real soon.
Yeah.
And to you, Harrison, thank you and all the people at BTV for providing us this opportunity. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you were great, and I hope you had a good time on the show tonight.
Yeah, had a hell of a time. We got 2 new records
Go
out.
ahead, talk just real quick before we wrap it up.
The 13 O'Clock Blues Band, first record. It's called Devil's Dance, and that's the second song of the video. We're going to play...
Get another CD. What's that?
This is Rock-A-Lam Bob Moses, who's an incredible, legendary jazz drummer.
Okay.
I was lucky enough to do a duet with him. So this is guitar and tuned drums in harmonic series tuning, also based on C528 Hertz.
Great. Well, on that note, are you ready to, maybe do my music at the end, as we always do?
Let's swing it out.
Folks, thanks for watching my great episode of Topic, my great interview with John Catler. More great episodes of Topic Time to follow. Enjoy and see you next time. Take care. And that was it. How'd you like